Hello everyone, welcome back to Analyst Adda. In the previous video, we understood why creating a new database connection for every request is dangerous. So we saw how it can slow down performance, adjust database resources, and the crash production systems. So today we are going to solve that problem. We will implement connection pooling using HikariCP, the same connection pool used internally by Spring Boot. Let's move from theory to a real backend engineer. So first we need to require, suppose we have, first I will explain you. This is our existing project. Previously we used for the database connection to connect using the DriverManager.get connection. Okay, so in the existing project now we will move to the HikariCP connections. So basically in the HikariCP, suppose the connections we have already explained in the previous video, the theory one, but let me explain it again. The connection, this is the connection, right? Connection pool. This is the connection pool. It means once we create the connection pool, it would be a reusable connection. Okay, so this is the concept of connection pool. Once we created the connection pool, it is a reusable connection. Okay, so what is the importance of HikariCP? Because it is high in performance JDBC connection pool. It is lightweight, it is fast, it is production ready, and the default in Spring Boot. So instead of creating new connection every time, we create a fixed number of connections at startup and reuse them in whole applications. Okay, so for this we need to require to add the dependencies. So this is our Maven project. Okay, so in the pom.dependency we need to require to add the dependency, the HikariCP dependencies. So we move back to the Google and Hikari HikariCP Maven dependencies. Okay, go to the Maven one and copy this dependency to move back to the our project. Add this dependency here. Okay, sorry. So this is the main important dependency, and another one, the log dependency is also SLF4J dependencies we need to require. But let me first run with the help of this HikariCP. When we once we done this configuration, after that we will get the logs. Okay, logs error. Why we logs the get the logs error? Because the SLF4J is the, because HikariCP is internally uses the SLF4J, so we need to require to add a dependency for the SLF4J also. But after that I will explain in the end. Okay, so this adds HikariCP library to our project. Once we add the dependency, okay, Maven dependency, we need to run the clean build install first. After that, once we run this project, then it will include the these dependencies also. So now go back to here. This is the DB connections we created, but now it is not required for use. So I'm just comment out this. Okay, and I'm just creating another class. Name we can say data source util would be best, or you can take any of the name. I'm just data source util, because DB connection is already we have already used. So I'm not deleting the previous one, I'm just adding the new one. Previous one I have just comment out. Okay, so data source util, I'm just class created in the util. Okay, here we will create the HikariCP configurations. Okay, so a class is created. Now we need to write the HikariCP configuration data source util. So first we need to private static Hikari, uh, Hikari, Hikari, okay, data source, okay, and the data source. Once I written this line, so you can see the Hikari data source is the red one. It means this is the compile time error, because we need to require the what we dependency we have added in the pom.xml file we need to import here. Okay, once we import here, this is the static class, static private is created here. Now in the inside the static, create a static, what configuration we need? Hikari config. Okay, I'm just taking the name Hikari config con sorry config equal to new Hikari config. Just creating the new, right? Okay, once we written this line Hikari C config, then we need to require to add the one more dependencies, one more import statement here, Hikari CP. Okay, this is also from the what we have import in we have written the dependency in the form.xml file. Okay, so Hikari config and the Hikari data source, two things we need to, or we can write directly import the com dot jaxa dot hikari dot start, but this is not a valid thing. Once we start, it means we need to require to once suppose we need to require this Hikari config, so in the Hikari we need to find out that particular Hikari config in the Hikari config in the Hikari one, right? So instead of the star, we do not require the whole dependencies here. So whatever dependency we need to require, we will import directly here. Okay, so this is the static. Now we will move to the Hikari configuration setup part. Set JDBC URL. Okay, so whatever URL, just I'm just copy pasting from here, and we need to write here. Okay, and config dot set username, this is the root. Okay, config dot password set password, there is no password, it's okay. And now this is the main configuration part. Now we need to define the maximum pool, minimum pool, and what is the ideal time, what is the connection timeout. So these things we need to require also, because this is the connection pool, we are creating the connection pool. Okay, so config dot to config dot set max pool size. Suppose I'm just putting here 10, so max pool size would be 10, and config dot set minimum also. Okay, minimum pool size or minimum ideal we can, so this is the min ideal. Okay, so the min ideal, I'm just setting 5. Okay, config dot set ideal time, also ideal timeout. So 3000 30,000 I'm just putting here. Okay, config dot set connection timeout, this is this one. Okay, so connection timeout I'm putting here 2200 2000 20,000. Okay, So this is the configuration done. Okay, now need to add the data source. Data source equal to new Hikari data source config. Okay, now it's complete. The static method is complete. Now I'm just writing this public method use public static data data source. Okay, data source to data source data source to add the dependency for the data source also. Okay, data source and okay, I'm just putting the return statement also. Return data source, need to require the data source only, right? Whatever is available in the pool. So this is the complete connection pool configurations. Okay, here in the static we are just creating the setting the configurations part and whatever we need to require in the connection pool. After that we are getting the data source here. Okay, using the public. So go back to the, I'm just save this file, go back to the user DAO where we written this db connection dot get connection. First I'm just importing the method class util dot data data source. Okay, okay, data source. Okay, so I'm just removing this line or data source. Suppose this is the data source. Okay, so first move here, we I'm just explaining here why we require to set max pool time, set minimum ideal time. This is the configurations, right? And this is the configuration for the maximum using, because the maximum pool size, it means max connection in a pool. uh, Max to max we can create the time connection in a pool. Okay, suppose we have a pool, the swimming pool. Okay, so in a swimming pool only the 10 people can swim. So here the 10 connection we can create in the maximum pool, or the minimum ideal, it means the minimum ready connections. Okay, so first we can ready the minimum connection is 5, but we can create the max 10 connection. Okay, one. So why we write here the set ideal timeout. So this is the closing connection. So the closing ideal timeout is the 30,000. Okay, this is the basically the, suppose right here, if I'm removing here. Okay, here you cannot identify. Suppose if config dot set. Okay, set connection. So set connection time, this is the millisecond. Okay, so time is a millisecond basically. So this is not the 30,000 second or the hours or minute. This is the millisecond time. Okay, so 30,000 millisecond, and within the 30,000 millisecond we need to close these connections, and this is the ideal time. Okay, and the config set connection timeout, the connection timeout would be the 20,000. Okay, so we will suppose the connection timeout is we need to require to close the connections. Okay, so we will wait before the exception. Suppose if any exception is occurred, then we need to wait for till 20,000. Okay, if any exception array occur, then we need to wait for 20 seconds. Otherwise in the 30,000 uh, millisecond, the connection will be closed automatically. Okay, so this creates a connection pool at the starting. Suppose the application would be start, at the same time the connection will be would be start. Okay, so after that, suppose we do not require at this time in the starting also, but after that if we need to require the database required things, then we can use. But in the starting also, once we start the application, the connection would be start at the same time. Okay, so now I hope you understood these configurations, and now move back to the do class. Okay, and we need to write here the data source instead of driver manager. Okay, we need to write the data source. What is the class name? Data source util, I think. It should be data source only. Okay, inside the util it should be data source dot. Okay, any name you can take here. uh, Data source dot get dot data source dot get connection. Get connection. Okay, now it's done. Okay, so instead of db connection dot get connect, we are using the data source util from the connection pool. So I'm just copy here and paste here also, and here also, and here also. Okay, now that is done. And another thing is there, and okay, this is the service class we need to require here also. Okay, okay, now the configuration is done. First the Maven install, because we have added the dependency. We need to require one more dependency also, log4j. I will explain. Okay, the build is success. Okay, hmm. Before this I'm just starting the jam. Okay, and this is our test DB, right? So there is nothing at this time, and I'm just comment out this. So I'm just creating the user first time. Okay, okay, so user inserted successfully. Okay, but on top of that you can see no SLF4J providers were found, defaulting to no operation, logger implementation, or this is the things. This is the warning also, this is not the error, this is warning also. So our user is inserted successfully, there is no problem, but the main thing is we are facing this SLF4J warning. First we will check the user inserted successfully or not. Yeah, the 19 ID Pooja is inserted successfully. So for this warning we can go here. So SLF4J API is not required for us. The simple we can get simple Maven. Okay, okay, this is the .xml file. Okay, instead of test, but compile at the time of compile. Refilled the Maven install. Any of the dependency if we add in the Maven, then we need to require to Maven install or clean install, something like this, because it adds the dependencies. Okay. Okay. this is complete. Now go back here. Again I'm just running. So instead of Pooja, okay, here I'm just Arun. Okay, adding another user, Arun. Okay, user inserted successfully. Instead of warning message, now I'm getting the logs here. Hikari pool is starting. Hikari pool added connection to the, this is the connection implementation connection pool. Okay, and Hikari started completed or user started successfully. Okay, go to here and check the Arun user inserted or not. On the 20s Arun inserted successfully. Okay, we can check one by one another things. Read 13, which one ID? 19 ID. Now on the 19 the puja is only. Okay, if we require to update, then run this one. On the 19 only this would be updated. Okay, user updated successfully. Can we check? Yes, name is changed. Okay, now we check with delete one. Now this is not on 13, this is on 19. Okay, and I'm just because after I'm just only the delete one but okay, user deleted successfully. Okay, you can see here. I hope you understood these things. So we have added logs here because the internally SLF4J HikariCP uses SLF4J. So basically we are not creating connection anymore. We are basically once connection is already started in the connection pool, we are browsing the connections from the pool. Okay, once we get the connections and basically first we request to the from the pool, and we get the connections and return back to the on the pool. So we are not terminate the connection. We are request comes, pool gives existing connections, and the query execute and the connection return to the pool. So this is the works internally pool works. Okay, and this connection is not destroyed, it is reused every time. And I hope you understood, and if you have any issues, and so you can ask in the connection box message. Okay, you can ask in the comment, and I will try to explain more, or instead of this thing you have any queries in other topics, you can also put this topic you want, then I will make video for that particular topic also. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this video, and you the compare without the pool and versus the pool, you understood the things. Okay, okay, let's so in the real-time backend manager, how database connections, okay, so all of the interview questions is covered in this. What is the max pool size, why connection pooling required? Okay, what is Hikari CP, the all things is covered. Okay, what happens if pool is adjusted, is the Hikari CP used in Spring Boot, because it's Spring Boot. But today we implemented the connection pooling using Hikari CP only. So we replaced here only the driver manager to data source. Okay, but we created a pool of reusable connection, and our application is scalable and the production ready. So now in the next video we will move to the actual Spring Boot and see how it automatically configures HikariCP behind the scene. This is the configuration we created, okay, by using the HikariCP, but in the Spring Boot project it is automatically configures, okay. So if suppose it automatically configures, so Hikari is behind the scene, how it comes, how configurations is automatically in the Spring Boot. So we will see in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.